I'm working out about a year and a half now, but not seeing any results. Now we had an extensive conversation, so I'll save you the details, but she works out 3 times a week in person. Then she does two workouts at home. So like body weight or like working out or running or whatever. And then she's doing like plenty of walks during lunch, plenty of fruits and veggies, eating 100% correctly, in her mind doing all this stuff. And this is what we've told her, like in reality of things, unless you have a thyroid issue, unless your hormones are out of whack, which is another reason that she could not be losing weight. Now that I say that is, you're not as consistent as in your journey as you think you are. So in this case, she's working out, but something is misaligned. So we had to do a little investigation, and that's the reality of it. So number one thing that we have to miss is you have to catch is the structure of your program. If you're working with somebody and they don't have like assessment days, before and after photos, we give our clients 7 ways to track progress outside of this, including the scale, but like it's just one, but including the scale as well. So we do like pictures and measurements. And this is the issue. She was weighing in on herself like most people do after like heavy nights of drinking, partying, eating pizza, wine, like just going out with friends and having a great time. She would jump on the scale. So you would see that because one day it was September, then it was like January of the following year, then it was like August. So she only had like 4 or 5 weigh-ins over a year, which is okay, or body fat assessments. So it was a very small like sample size, and it just couldn't track it. It was too inconsistent. So that's where she was inconsistent at, the assessment parts. Because had she been a little more consistent with like maybe like a monthly picturing or like some kind of like just something to see measurements, then you can start figuring out, backtrack and figure out where you're losing the ball. Like she didn't have that. So in her mind, she's working out, doing more work, eating as clean as possible. Nothing's happening. There's no structure. So implement that in your plan. Then the next thing is doing too much. So this sounds crazy too, like too much switching. If you're in a program and you are just like going to like yoga, like hip hop boxing, hip hop dance, yoga, you got, you're doing running, you're doing swimming, you're doing biking. Now it's good to switch things up, but fitness rewards like focus. Fitness rewards consistent focus, and you are working out or like eating better and doing all this stuff for a certain goal. And when you start to add all these like it's called, what's the trade with the saying, jack of all trades, master of none. That's basically what it's like. You're the jack of all trades, the master of none in this case. So when you add that you're not assessing yourself like monthly or weekly, whatever you prefer, and then you add that you're doing 6 or 7 different exercises a week, as far as like dancing, yoga, all that stuff, activity, like you cannot progress, you cannot scale a program, because if you're doing more than weight loss, like say strength, you have what we call progressive overload, and you can only do that with like rest, recovery, and then coming back up with more intense workouts, bringing it back down. Like it's a science, and that's what we specialize in with our clients. But you got to figure out, if you're not losing the weight and you're doing everything you say you're doing correctly, something is wrong. Something's wrong, and it's probably at the table. Adding too much salad dressing, which she was doing. We've seen some pictures of her food, writing everything down. Adding too much salad dressing, too much olive oil, which have more calories, too many nuts, very, very like high calorie foods all the time, thinking that snacking is doing a great thing. So just remember, if you're not losing the weight as fast as you, well, first off, I get ahead of myself. Fat loss takes a long time. Like, it's fun. That's why we always tell people to enjoy the journey. But fat loss takes a very long time. So that's number one. So it's important that you enjoy it. Have some assessments in your plan. If you need help, reach out to me. We can set something up for you. And just have a focus point. Like, have a plan that you can just crush for 6 months, 8 months. And you can say, I see myself progressing in this plan. If you're progressing with the weights, with the rest time, whatever the case is, you are gonna get results, of course, with food and over time. So that's what I want to say. If this made sense, give me a thumbs up. If share it, tag a friend. Let's get some comments below. But also, listen, if you want to take your body to the next level and you want to see what it feels like or what you can look like in a perfectly, like not perfectly, but a great online coaching program with all this stuff, the bells and the whistles, then I invite you to come to our coaching application. You know, we're going to have to work together, but you can do it. And I know you can. So just reach out and fill the app out in the description. Other than that, it's always good to see you. Have a great weekend. Talk soon.